One girl had a birthday. She was given many different gifts. One of the guests gave her a glass doll. Who gave her this doll? The girl did not even notice. It's just that in the evening, when she was sorting out her gifts, she saw this glass doll. The girl had never seen glass dolls before. The doll was the size of a Barbie. She was wearing a beautiful blue dress. She herself was made entirely of glass. But it wasn't one solid piece of glass. The head, arms and legs of the doll moved. They were made on artful hinges. The girl immediately began to play with the new doll. She introduced her to the old dolls, showed her doll furniture, arranged a bed for her. Soon the girl was forced to go to bed. She quickly fell asleep, but soon someone woke her up. It was a glass doll. She moved. With gestures the doll invited the girl to go somewhere. The girl got up from the bed. The glass doll led her into the hallway and began to point to the front door. The girl became interested. She put on slippers, took the doll in her arms, slowly opened the door and went out onto the landing. The doll was pointing downwards. We went down to the first floor. The doll began to point somewhere under the stairs. The girl looked in and saw a small door. She guessed it was the door to the cellar. There was a lock on the door, but the doll stuck its thin handle into the slot of the lock, and the lock opened. They went down to the basement. It was dark and damp there. It's good that the doll could glow. She glowed a little, but it was enough to see where the doll was pointing and not trip over something under her feet. Soon they came to a brick wall. The doll touched her with her hands and the wall parted a little. The doll pointed to the gap, hinting that they needed to go there. But the girl was scared. She wanted to return home. But then the doll made a terrible face. The girl was frightened and stepped into the gap. There was a staircase leading down. For a long, long time they walked up that staircase. The steps got higher and higher. I had to not just walk on them, but every time I jumped off the next step. The girl was so tired that she let go of the doll. She began to walk up the steps herself. It even seemed to the girl that the doll had become a little larger. About 2 hours later they got into some huge hall the size of a stadium. The girl looked around and saw a lot of children. Boys and girls came out of many different doors and went down to a large area the size of a football field. Each boy or girl had a glass doll, and all these dolls were alive and all of huge growth, the size of an 8-year-old child. The girl looked at her doll. She also became huge. The girl went down to the platform. All the children also went down. No one else showed up. Suddenly, a huge pipe descended from above. A very cold steam began to pour out of it. Whoever this steam fell on, he immediately froze, turning into a huge piece of ice. When all the children turned into ice cubes, they were first undressed, and then put on them all sorts of blue and pink dresses and suits. This was done by glass dolls. Each doll dressed its owner. After that, all the girls and boys turned into glass dolls. Thus, the number of glass dolls doubled, and they all went upstairs to look for new owners.
Thank you for your attention. Subscribe to the channel.